Peace, peace. Peace, peace. What's going on? What's going on? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Let me make sure my mic on. Hold on, give me 1 second. My audio. Okay, yeah, we good. We good. What's going on? Peace, peace. It's your boy KG13 TV, man, back with another one, man. Today's topic is gonna be Exodus 34:14, the jealous God paradox. Um, before I, dive all into it and all that, I'm gonna give my perspective on, uh, I guess, give my perspective on what I believe this God to be. You know, uh, I get a lot of, flack back and forth on social media, especially on Facebook, about, um, you know, being conscious, being spiritual. Uh, the thing about it is, you want to be spiritual. The thing about being conscious is breaking your old beliefs and recreating them and becoming it, forming them to something new. Now, a lot of people, they take the same format of what they believe in. Like if they was Christians, they'll believe the way they believed in that, they'll do the same and take that same format and do it in spirituality, but it doesn't match. Uh the God of this Bible, to me, to me, um, well, I'm not gonna say just to me. I'm gonna say just reading the books is different um scriptures that we can go through, that you'll see that it's a lot of contradictory and just things that just didn't make any sense to me. Certain things they just don't make sense. So I'm gonna get right into it. Give me 1 second. I gotta share this out. Let me share this out real quick. Let me share this out. Yeah, got that on. We is live. All right, bet. So I'm gonna get right into it. All right, so check it out. Get this set up. You got to share it out. All right, so look. Now we go to Exodus 34:14. Let me share this screen real quick. It's just certain things you know, uh, I just be want to talk about and put out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now I had a debate with a few people at my job about this verse. Um, it's a lot of flack between it when it comes to this verse. And when you ask somebody, most Christians, about this verse, the first thing that they'll tell you is, "Oh, um, that has to be, it means something else. Um, God is not jealous." They say stuff like, "Oh, it means like if you was jealous of your son calling somebody else dad or something like that," which is understandable. But my sole question to that is why, excuse me, my sole question to this verse is when he says, "For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord whose name is jealous is a jealous God." Now, when I hear this stuff, I ask the people, I say, now, isn't jealous a human trait? Isn't jealousy a low vibrational, trait? It's a low vibrational emotion. So I'm not understanding, if you are God and you are the supreme being of all, why would you be jealous of your own creation? These are questions that I ask, because if you created everything, why would you have to instill that in other people to say, thou shalt not worship no other God? And this verse came from, because this was the time during the Israelites was in exile. They were in the golden calf because Moses was up on the top of the mountain and he was taking too long to come back down. So by him taking too long to come back down, they they wanted to worship. So they got his brother, Moses' brother, got a golden calf, and they start doing sacrifices and worships to the calf, and then God demolished them. Then they went into exile, and that's where this verse comes from, where whose name is jealous is a jealous God. But my thing is, if you created everything, why would you be jealous of that? It makes no sense. Let me put this out. Yeah, it makes no sense. If anybody want to come up and put their 2 cents in, they can. What up, Alan? What up, my boy? I'm finna drop the link. But yeah, that's my take on it. And I look at this stuff, and I be telling people, like, man, our soul is literally on the line. And if you read other books, you'll get a better understanding of how this stuff came about, and who this God is that you worship. You know what I'm saying? And it's a tough it's a tough it's a tough road to go down when you've been believing in this shit your whole life, and you've been accustomed in your ways around it. You pray over it, all these things. Like, when you come to find out that all this shit is a hoax, there's no reason that us as humans should be able to critique, you know, uh, uh point out contradictions in the Bible, of God's so-called word. You know what I'm saying? Um, I have a heavy take on this verse, because it's this verse, and I'm gonna bring up another verse too. Um, I'm gonna bring that up next, but I'm gonna still expound on this. But it's just my point of view when it comes to this verse. It just makes me think that, why would I worship that? Like, why would you create all this stuff and then tell us don't worship no other gods because I'm jealous? Who my name is jealous? Like, he's telling you his name is jealous. He's telling you his name is jealous, and you still decides to go and worship these things. This is the same God which I'm going to bring up that verse as well, Isaiah 45:7, who says, I create evil. I make peace and create evil. Notice he said he makes peace and creates evil. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's it's just certain things when you reading that Bible. It's just like, how are we not picking up on these things? I think people be so messed up on the concept of God being in the sky, fear the Lord or else, you're burning hell. All these low vibrational, fearful things to try to attach to your soul, to your emotions, to keep you bound down to this earth. Like you that it just doesn't make any sense to worship something like that. Right, wanting to be greater than yeah, come on up, Alan. We could build on this. These are the conversations we need to be having. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the conversations that people are afraid to have, because they be like, oh, you question God, you question God. But the Bible say, ask and ye shall receive. I can ask questions. I can ask, why would you name yourself jealous? I can ask, why would you sacrifice your son? Because none of us would do those things. The things that God did in that Bible, none of us would do. I mean, it's all type of verses in here that would just make you think twice about, like, damn, you know, am I supposed to be worshiping this? Is this the true and living, the all true and living creator? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you read the Apocrypha of John, it breaks down, a very detailed description of how the devil was made, which is Yaldabaoth, and they explain how he was cast out to the abyss, which is earth. And notice in then if you go back to Genesis and during the creation, it tells you God did what? He hovered over the faces of the deep, and then he did what? He created the heavens and the earth. He split the waters from the waters. This was a big ass ocean. And I feel like when you read the Apocrypha of John and they showing you how they showing you how all the stuff happened in the beginning, you will literally, it's like the story will be in your brain or something. Like, you can really see it, how they was jealous of the human creation, because we was created by the God of the Bible, but we was only created by the vessel of us. The light within us comes from the goddess Sophia. It comes from the true and living creator, which they call, in the Gnostic scripts, they call the monad. I don't want to give it names because it's something that we can't fathom. So I wouldn't want to give it a name. I would just say the all true and living creator. So that's how these stories come to play. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I got somebody back here. Alan, yo, your mic on mute.
But am I audible?
Yeah, I hear you now.
How's the audible? Is okay?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's what's up, man. Uh,
What's going on?
that's amazing you brought that up because, yeah, have you checked out that movie Frankenstein yet?
Uh-uh. Is a new
Yeah,
Frankenstein movie out?
yeah, man. Hey, man, you need to check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's something else too, but you know, I made that comment about being greater than thy, but at the same time, when you believe in a higher power, your questions should never be. It's endless questions you should be asking your higher power. So I can understand how you can't thrive to be your higher power if that's what you believe in. So my whole thing about that religion thing, man, and believing, when people say they believe in a higher power and then one day they say they don't like this, but the next day they still say they don't like that, you need to find another higher power.
I
I
think
mean, because that that's supposed to help, right?
yeah, yeah. But that's why I say it's a bunch of bullshit, because if you go out to the club on Saturday and you get drunk, and then you go into church on Sunday at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, technically, but your biology and your body, you're still drunk. You still got liquor in your system. So you technically serving the Lord drunk. And people be wondering why they in there breaking down, crying, and they just, oh, church was just so good today. And that's that liquor in you. And people don't understand when they say it's demons in the church and all that. Y'all bringing them in there with that low vibrational alcohol. Alcohol is a demon named alcohol, alcohol, alkuhl. Like, you could look it up. You look all this shit up. And these are the things that they try to get us on to keep us from remembering who we truly are, divine beings. Like, we're not supposed to be in no book, worshiping something on our knees, begging for mercy and all this other stuff, and we don't even know what the fuck it is. We don't know what it sound like or anything. We
Right,
just was
and that's the
told
thing.
something. It's almost like believing in Santa Claus.
So what that
As
got
a
us,
kid,
man.
as a kid, they give you Santa Claus. As an adult, they give you Jesus. Telling you, telling you, they got to give you something. You know why people be believing in this? Because nobody understands where we go when we leave here. Nobody tries to research death. Nobody tries to go into that because everybody's low key afraid of it. So if somebody come and tell you, say, this is where you go when you die, and da-da-da-da-da, it's a lie. It's all a lie. Now, I'm on the search for where we go. I'm finding books. I'm reading so where I could, synchronize and put these things together. Because somebody knows you cannot run this planet if you don't know what goes on with souls. Why would they put a dome over this planet to where we can't leave from outer space? Or why would they do that? This is to trap
Because
souls. This is to trap souls, bro. We are the divine light. It is within us.
what I was told, even the fallen angels was created, so they were given domain over the earth for so long, and that dome is what traps us here. Now, how true that is, I wouldn't know. I'm just saying that's what's been said scripturally.
Yeah, I
Rod of
mean,
God. Um, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. Ophius Rex. I mean, a Greek ruler who loved his mother so much he killed his father.
yeah, I read
Um,
that story. What was his name again?
Ophius Rex.
Yeah, he opiates or something. That's
Well,
crazy.
well, he loved his mom so much he didn't realize he was one sided. He was never understanding. So he had everything he ever wanted, but his country wasn't at peace. And he looked in the mirror and he decided, he said, wow, I'm my country's biggest threat. And a lot of people, I think, like, is addicted to drama, and is addicted to, like, certain things that's like demons to them, that they know there's demons to them, and they'll go and search a religion to balance it off, because it's got to be yin to every yang. A lot of people are married into something like that, but
But the crazy part is that they don't go try to find themselves. You will go out here and search a religion. You will go search these people will go search a different religion. They'll go see gurus, priests, all type of shit. But instead of sitting at home and going inside their own mind, you got all of the brains right here. There is no outside source. It's within you. So if you sitting, if why would I go and call on a different religion or call on this different God when all I gotta do is go inside my own mind and sit here and breathe in and out deep, You know what I'm saying? Meditation, you know what I'm saying? Inhaling the good energy, exhaling the dark energy. Like this is how you clear the mind. You have to try to steal the mind, keep it still. You understand me?
That's
When all
that's
these different kind of thoughts is coming in, you just still ignoring them. You just ignoring those thoughts. It's gonna be all kind of shit that don't even make sense, just popping in your head. And then you keep it balanced. And you just sometimes I can only do it for like 2-3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to meditate, but once you get close to getting into that meditative state, like it ain't nothing that could stop you.
bro. Do you know the average attention span of an adult? It'll shock you.
It's 9 seconds. Is that of a goldfish?
I, of course. I mean, breathing is an art form, huh?
Yep.
Huh? I mean, all of that is like Santa Claus told kid and Jesus told an adult,
Yep. It's the same
learning
concept.
as an adult. I
Same
mean,
concept.
it's wild, man. I mean, it's wild. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel you on all that. I made amends with my high power, man, years ago during the Rodney King ride. The cameraman was from Australia. He was a filmmaker. Okay, everybody in my color was with Rodney King. Everybody other colors with the police. 3 years later, OJ trial. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in my color with Mike. Everybody else. Oh, okay, my bad. That was OJ. OJ. And I mean, I by that time I was working in the office, knowledge. When Michael Jackson case came up, guess what,
Yeah.
man? Guess what, man?
What happened?
All the people my color was with Mike, and all the other people was with the other. Do you see what I'm saying, man? I had enough of it, though, man. You know, I look at it like it's almost like yin and yang doesn't even exist in people's life. They all yang
Yeah, it's one
because
sided.
yeah, you can't be what you always say, man. Balance is key, you know, because what even what they believe in is something else out there that can feed you. And I feel like the our our weaknesses and strengths and everything we got inside us and realize what we got to know more about ourselves.
No,
It helps all of
I
that.
think it's no, but I think a lot of the weaknesses, bro, is the religion because you so used to, oh, I could do what I want to do. Jesus died for our sins, so I could smack the shit out of this person. I could rob this person. I'm gonna just ask God or ask Allah to forgive me. But what about the person you did it to? I can't go grape this girl and take her goods from her and then go pray later on and be like, Lord, forgive me. I really needed that. You know what I'm saying? Help me get off. You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. It's no accountability. It's no accountability. Niggas go. That's why I say I don't fuck with niggas that go to jail and then come home and then everybody be like, oh, he a Muslim, he Allah, or he holier than thou, he Christian, he a pastor. I don't give a fuck about that because God ain't in jail, nigga. Why does it take for you niggas to go to jail to all of a sudden find God now? I don't want to hear that shit.
So
You
let me
know what I'm
ask you, let me
saying?
ask
So
let me
that's
ask
just
you this.
my take on it.
Do you think the people that commit those heinous crimes, you think they're just like demons or you think they're like I mean, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Some people be having a taste in their mouth, if you feel me, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
and
we've all had it.
when that's why I said it, you know, because it happens and when the opportunity comes up, even in a relationship, it's gonna be only as faithful as the options gonna allow you. Come on, man. I mean,
but see the thing about it, is you gotta look at it though, like, you know, how many people is on that same wavelength, excuse me, that can think to that capacity. They're not. They don't even try to. That's why I deem them as savages. You hear niggas say I'm a savage. Oh, I'm a this. I'm a savage is that's a pig. A savage eat their own babies. Pigs eat their own babies. It's all about a savage is all about me. It don't matter who it is. You understand me? The back door is always open. Like, that's savage shit. That's low vibrational shit. Those are people who chose to dim their light instead of expounding their light, growing, researching, finding the knowledge to help grow their light from within so they can shine from within. They chose the egotistical side, the physical side. They going off how they feel emotional. Yeah, I'm a woo, I'm gonna pop my gun. Then you go to jail, and then all of a sudden you want to holler at God. That's just some bullshit to me. That's bullshit. God ain't in jail, G.
but though, the road to destruction is paved with good intention, man. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times you may attend on something not being bad, and all of a sudden it is. Now, not knowing is one thing, but knowing and doing it is something else. But sometimes, man, you can get jammed up just,
Hey, before you put
you
that
know,
gun in your hand, before you start talking gang, before you
yeah.
get to doing any of that shit, you already know you not supposed to kill nobody. Who is you to take another life? Now, things that happen that's on accident, as far as like a car accident, somebody, anything can happen. That's, we'll call an accident. But you deliberately pulling your gun out, killing somebody, shooting them in their head, or shooting them, robbing them, whatever the case may be, you did that. You chose to do that. You chose to take a life. You understand me? Like, who is you to take that life? How you not
I
know when
mean,
you
but
kill somebody that soul, a piece of that person's soul is attached to you? You understand me?
that
Because all we can ever have is memories. You definitely thinking about that person you kill or persons you kill. Telling you, man.
I
If it's
mean,
so, if it's so, if
I
you can have sex with a motherfucker and they say it's soul ties and you get that person's energy, what's the difference if I kill that person? I took their life. It's crazy.
it's like even the Diddy case, man. Dude say he went over there and he was with a girl, and then all of a sudden he woke up, his backside is so
You said what?
Lil Rod, one of his producers or someone is, I don't know.
Oh, you talking about P. Diddy?
Yeah,
Yeah. And the dude say he woke up, his backside was sore and shit, and he ain't know why. Like, come on, bro.
right. Because he said he
What a
went to
dude.
sleep. He went to sleep with some girls. He went to sleep with some girls.
But I'm
And
saying,
P Diddy,
what a dude deserve and do in his life to deserve that as a human being? What he do in his life
what?
that was so
Oh,
vile
oh,
for
okay,
him to
but
deserve
guess
some
what?
shit like that?
He went. It happened several times after that, though.
No, yeah, because look, he said the first few times he was waking up with girls. Then he said at one time, then he said then a couple times he started waking up, he started seeing Puff next to him. He like, what the
Take
fuck?
that, take that, take that, take that, take that.
Like,
I mean, that's what he was doing. I mean, but I'm saying how much evidence you need to see before you
I
don't even go over there. I'm just
um
saying, man. A lot of us, man. We just living off a script, bro.
man, bro,
And the
listen, bro.
reason why,
You don't
if
think
you
this
if
hell?
you ain't, huh?
You don't think this is hell, bro?
Nah, this ain't hell.
Come on, bro. Anything can happen here, bro. Babies die here.
I know, but
Come on,
it ain't,
listen.
it ain't hell.
It's dog. This a dog eat dog world, bro. The animals eat the animals to survive. We eat the animals to survive, bro. We kill everything to eat. To everything has to do with killing. You understand me? Like, if you just narrow it down, even when we take a knife and cut an apple, you understand? Like, everything has to do with some type of, you know, like death or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, this world, bro, is crazy, bro.
I
It's
don't
too
know,
many
man.
lies. Hold on, it's too many lies. It's too many mysteries. It's too many different books that we gotta put together to even figure this damn story out, bro. You know how long I've been studying this shit, and I'm just now getting to feeling like I know something. I started doing this shit in 2004. Like, I'm just now feeling like I didn't figure some shit out, and I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, this shit can really this. I understand how I see people who worship this shit, and you ask them logical questions and they can't even fathom it. Just like I think it's like Ephesians, I know it's Ezekiel 4:12 or 4:15 or something like that. God is telling them to make they barley in cow dung, use cow shit. So I'm asking the people at work, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, would you use shit to make your bread, to bake your bread over coals or whatever? They're like, hell no. I'm like, exactly. From the fumes, you will get sick.
Hey,
So why would God tell them to do that? If he's God, why won't you just flip the shit into some magical shit? Like, why would it have to be? First, he told him to use human shit. And then Ezekiel pleaded to God and told him, I ain't never defiled my body like that. Since birth, I always put the right things in my body. So can we try something else? God was like, I bet. Well, I use cow dung. Like, what? Bro, like, bro, people not reading the Bible, bro.
and you said
People not read. I'm
that
finna
was
go to it.
Ezekiel.
I'm finna
You
go
say
to it
that
right
was
here. I'm finna go to it right here.
because that's one of the verses they have to do with a whole lot of death.
Look right here, bro. And thou shalt eat as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. So you gotta watch this man's shit and then pick it up and use it to make barley cakes. And then he said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. Then I, hold on. Then I, Lord God, behold, my soul hath not been polluted. Meaning I never ate this. I never put nothing bad in my body. So that's what he's pleading to God. And he said, for from my youth up even till now, I have not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces. Neither came their abominable flesh into my mouth. This nigga's a vegetarian, a vegan. He never even ate meat. He never even ate meat.
That's scary. That's a scary verse because
And then hold on. Then after he said that to God, God said, I bet. I then said unto me, Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. Like,
oh man,
come on, G.
that's like some Masonic stuff right there,
Man,
man.
that shit bogus,
That's like
bro.
some cake of life stuff, man. I mean, cause
No, that wasn't no test. Hell no. He was telling them to do that. It's like he was trying to make them sick. That's what I'm saying. We are literally reading this at work. I'm telling them about this at work. And and one of the cooks like, he like, man, I mean, shit, if God said do it, we gonna have to do it. I mean, I'm like, bro, you
No,
not gonna eat no shit, bruh.
you don't do that.
He literally right here tell you, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. Meaning your ass need to sit there and watch him shit. And after you watch him shit, pick it up and use it. Hold on, let me go back to it. And use it for man, that shit crazy, man.
But but
Right.
but if you wanna be really uh real with it, man, if it come down to it, if that's the only thing that make vegetation, man. But I don't know, I ain't been there. So
But see, listen though. He said barley cakes. That's like
hey,
bread.
yeah, I heard
You
that.
understand me?
I
He didn't
heard
say use that
that.
to plant the seeds in the ground. Now I wouldn't have said nothing if he said use that to plant seeds in the ground so the your plants can come up and you will have tomatoes, potatoes, whatever the case may be. No, he
Yeah.
said use that as doo-doo. Like, no, gang.
Uh, uh, well,
See, that's what I'm saying. When you be decoding shit and you look through this stuff and start decoding it, people get to looking at me crazy. Like, there's one girl at work said, we was in the coffee shop. She just called me out the blue. She like, Dominique, she like, would you? She was like, we've been talking about it. She like, would you take $1 trillion or have a talk with Jesus? I'm like, give me the trillion. I'm like, man, that religion shit ain't, man, I'm not, man, nah. She like, the girl, like, when I said that, the other girl was like, but the whole time you're overweight.
yeah.
So that means you're not even following the Bible because you're overweight. You're not even taking care of the temple. The body is the sacred temple for the light that dwells within. And you all big and shit and eating all day. That means you're not taking care of your temple. Come on, man. Like, come on, man.
They can make a
People,
mean pot of greens though, boy. I'm talking about, man,
yeah,
them big girl, man. I'm talking about, man, get all you be needing is a little square cornbread.
look,
Man,
son
it's
kids
so
say cash
good,
me.
man.
Look, son kids say cash me out. Shit, give me that trillion. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll take the trillion and then just go explore the world, the wonders of the world, all the mysteries, the giants, all of that shit. That's what I'm gonna do and get the real knowledge for myself. Like,
well,
that's like,
well, I don't know though. I don't know. Will that save you by speaking with Jesus?
aren't you already saved according to the text?
All his children will be saved. What's the
So what
text,
you
right?
talk to him for then? If you
Because
already know you're gonna be saved,
because like some people change. I mean, like Kodak Kodak man had one of the gruesomest raps I ever heard in my life. And find out what he be doing with his community, bro. That is crazy. He like pays rent for people in his community. I mean, whole duplexes. And give a fool. I mean, that what that song was he had, Super Gremlin.
bad people can
Man,
do
he's
good just like good people can do bad. That
Road to
might have been an act
Penitentiary,
of
right?
that might have been
That's
an
road,
act of
road.
that been an act of random act of kindness.
I mean, I'm just saying though. I mean, some people may change,
Yeah. I mean, I
but
don't, change is always there. It's not inevitable, but I'm just saying it's like,
to
I mean,
even do it though, to do it,
yeah,
I mean, cause all I want to do is go to work, my boy, get my money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it, man. That's why I say some people are just demons, man.
But see, you
I
gotta
mean,
ask yourself that too, because I be sitting there asking myself, like, you know, you be like, man, I'm a good person. I don't harm nobody. I don't do nothing wrong, blah, blah, blah. So you say, right? Now, ask yourself, if there was no jobs, there was no sports, what what would your purpose of life be? You only have a
so,
purpose. Purpose is limited within this system that they have made for us. If you say, oh, my purpose is to be a bank teller, or my purpose is to play for the NFL, like that's only a purpose within this matrix. What is your true and living purpose? And when I ask that question, people be like, what do you mean? Like, I'm gonna be a lawyer, or I'm here to do, or
no, 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 no. That was a great
what are
question.
what
That
is
was one
your
of the
purpose?
greatest questions.
If you take, that's what I'm saying. If you take away your
Yeah.
sports, you take away your jobs, you take away all this entertainment shit, what is life about? What is this shit about? Nobody
Su-
asks that question.
Survival, survival for you and your family. I mean, bartering, um, making a way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say history, man. History is what you seen with your eyes, heard with your ears. You know what I'm saying? Say it out your mouth. That's history. You know what I'm saying? And that's gone. You know what I'm saying? The only thing we really got is the present.
I
We
mean,
ain't
what
got
we
no.
doing now is making history. By us talking on this podcast, by us talking, we can come
It's
back
it's
to this
it's
shit
it's,
years
it's
later,
history.
like, oh man,
It's
look what we was
history,
saying.
cuz. It's
Yeah.
history. It is over. You know what I'm saying? Look how many years it's been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fly
this my
by.
what third channel. They didn't took two of my channels because I was exposing shit. So I know
Yeah, it's
how
a
I get.
trip, man. You know that Westworld uh uh they had going on at Westworld. You remember Westworld?
Uh-uh.
It's where they create their own worlds. You know what I'm saying? And then they redo it over and over and over again with the same people.
Mm.
I
So
mean,
that's what
and
I'm
it's
saying.
crazy, man.
That's kind of like remember that's what I be saying about the moon theory when I tell you when I says like when you die it's a false light, like you know when you had that little like in that movie Bugs Life, they had that little magnetized light and he was going to it and he was like, but it's so beautiful. He was like, don't go to the toward the light. He was like, but it's so
Right.
beautiful. As soon as he touched it, it zapped his ass. Like, so that's what they say when you die, you going through a reincarnation. If you go toward that light, because you wake, I guess you wake up in darkness and all you see is this light, so you just go toward the light because that's what you know. So you go toward the light and then it zaps you and it steals your light and balls you back to the little bitty small of consciousness, which is attached to the moon, which they always say that the woman is attached to the moon. You know, they always say the 28 days cycles with the woman. So that's why I say it's something about that moon with the reincarnation, because you could just have unlimited kids. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Long as there's a man and a woman, you can have life. So it's something with that reincarnation shit. It's something with it, bro. It's something with it.
Now you asked, was this hell? And I said it before. I think hell is coming back to Earth as a bird,
As a what?
a bird, or something that you can't even have any control over. Something just to watch. You'll just have to watch life without being even noticed, recognized. I mean, that I think that'd be more like hell than see because we got choices, man. Bro, we got some man. I had so many choices. It was a shame, man. You have so many
But
choices, man.
you only know that you only know that you got them choices because you're older and wiser. When you was young, you didn't know you had them choices. You was just doing shit because nobody had these type of conversations with us like we're having now. Nobody had these type of conversations with us to tell us like, you know, life is about this. You know, you need to do X, Y, and Z. You got to understand that this religion shit is not going to put you nowhere. It's gonna keep your mind in a box. Blah 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 blah. You know, nobody has taught us these things. We have to, most of us learned on our own, especially being conscious, you know.
And that's the most cautious thing about right now. At the end of all those West worlds, when people start getting knowledge like this, everything resets, man. And then you gotta think, like kids is growing up now. That AI is everything they know. You
That's
know what I'm
all they
saying?
know.
It ain't nothing else. Why would they need to even go to YouTube or anything? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's about to it's resetting right before our eyes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
see,
Even with
they don't want to. The thing about that is they don't want to. By these kids doing all this digital stuff, they have no social. They have like no. It's like they're away from. They don't have no like how should I say it? Like they very nonchalant. Like they just like they have a nonchalant attitude. They just be like, "How may I help you?" A number three, a number four, like, and then they just back in their phone. Like they don't. They personality is in the phone. They have no social experience like we did as kids. We was outside playing with each other, running around the blocks, kickballing, coming to ding dong ditch, coming to the neighbor's house, picking the person up. What I'm saying, we had to know their family. It was more of a community thing, and now it's shit is more separated now. You know what I'm saying, and just these kids nowadays they don't care about nothing. Like absolutely nothing but that fucking phone.
and the only excuse they got, man, will follow behind with the rest of the world. I mean, with AI and everything, hey, bro, I'm just telling you, man, if you're over 50 years old, man, you don't want to call no services. Man, we get nothing. I mean, even you can be 20 years old, man. Half the time they'll hang up on you. You can
Mm.
put a number in and they'll say it's not the right number and hang up on you. It could be the correct number you put in. I mean, honestly, man, I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah. Man, 60 years old, 50 years old, man. People ain't trying to mess with no phone, man. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
why I'm telling you about the reset, man. That's why I'm telling you about the reset. Soon, man. I'm talking about it ain't I wouldn't be surprised 10, 15 years, bro. It's curtains.
I ain't gonna say it's curtains. I'm gonna say all this shit is planned. Listen, if I ran the world, right, and I got y'all believing in all these books and Bibles and shit like that, why wouldn't I make events similar to what's going on in the book so you could keep believing? Why wouldn't I? I'm after more than just you. I'm after your soul. You understand me? Like people don't we don't understand when you read these books, when you read the Apocrypha of John and you read that um how do you, if you look up if you look up the Holy Bible, you look up the Genesis and you look up the word rib and they didn't change the I forgot the Hebrew word for rib is like uh let me look it up real quick. I forgot it real quick.
Well, from that verse, Adam gave birth to Eve.
No, he didn't.
It said that Eve was given
Side,
Adam's
listen, side. When you read the Apocrypha of John, they are called Sidducees. Man and woman comes together as one to create together.
so it's called ribbon.
Which is translates to wisdom. Sophia is the one who created Yaldabaoth by herself. She tried to create by herself, and when she did, she sent him to the abyss, which is here. That's why it's all this water and shit here, because this is the abyss. And then when you go to Genesis, God was hovering over the faces of the deep. He split the waters from the waters. You understand me? So that's what I'm saying. This is this shit is deeper than what we think it is. But go back with the rib means from the side or the flank means she came up out of him because They are one in the same. If you read the Apocrypha of John, it is called a epinoa when the God of the Bible tried to extract the light back out of Adam, which is called the Adamu. They tried to take the light back up out of him, and when they did that, it's called an epinoa, and out came Eve. But in the Genesis version, they say God put Adam in a deep sleep and created her from the rib, and we just use rib as, you know what I'm saying? We
I
take
mean,
rib
as what as
as
what right
literal,
there
as we take
in
rib as
Genesis,
literal. It came from the rib, like
out of Adam,
out of
all of
Adam
that,
came Eve.
all of those came out of Adam.
But she came from his side. She was already within him. He didn't create her or none of that. She was already within him, which is because if you read the Apocrypha of John, they are called Sidducees. You are to create with your Sidducee. And when Sophia decided to create by herself, because her partner was, I forget the name of her partner, but it translates to perfection. So by her creating whatever she tried to create, this being, without her partner, it was basically fucked up. It wasn't perfection. It's fucked up.
It wasn't Lilith
No, it wasn't Lilith. That's a different text. I think that's in uh
because the way I understand it,
gospel.
Lilith was uh, Adam's first wife.
Yeah, but see, that come after all of this. You know what I'm saying? See, that shit, that Lilith and all that shit come after all of this. This is the creation. This is the beginning of the beginning. When you read these books, you will understand that he stole that light. That's why I be asking people, if you read Genesis, when God says, let there be light, he saw the light and saw that it was good. Why would he have to see it and saw it was good after saying let there be light? Obviously, it had to be good. He had to steal that light. When he was hovering over the faces of the deep, that light, I feel like they found the light. That's why they say he
Maybe
saw the light and saw it was good. And the light that fell was could have been Sophia from when she got kicked out of
right,
the heavens
right,
from, you see what I'm saying? And that light coming
yeah.
down here was her. He stole some of that light to create this world that we are in now. And when the Adamu was asleep, she told him to breathe the breath of life in it because we did not wake up. So that's why I said I think that's why we have to die, or we have to go through a process of death, because while living in these bodies, because this body is from this earth. This body is made from here, so it can't go nowhere. It can't survive nowhere else in the universe but here. So we got to
Right.
transition through the true and light, which is within us. That's why I be telling people we got to access that shit within us. They want to make you forget. They want you to eat cheeseburgers and food all day and don't work out and
Protein.
don't take care of your temple and none of that shit. So you can forget everything. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
just
no.
you just decoded it. You just decoded it, man. You just decoded it right there because the light shines in all of us.
The Apocrypha
And
of
it's a,
John popping off. You said what now?
the light shines in all of us.
Yes, and it's up to you to expound it by the more knowledge that you know. That's why they tell you to know thyself,
Right.
because the more you know, the more the light can shine from within. From within. That's where everybody's scared to go. 1 Corinthians 3:16 tell you God is within. So if God dwells within me, what does that make me? Come on, man.
Right.
You
And
know,
that's what
so huh?
we was talking about this last time when you
Yeah.
go out commit crimes and then kneel down to the God what God you're praying to. I mean,
It's
it's
crazy.
God's within all of us, and people create their own Westworld, bro. It's a billion Westworlds I am, man. Billion of them. And people living in them. And they control it.
I believe it. What they gotta do though, bro? I don't I'm not a follower, bro. Like all my homies probably be like, oh, that nigga Dom crazy, or yeah, Dom be on that wild shit. Like I'm talking about all my homies. You know what I'm saying? But I never change who I am or change when I go around. I stay the same. And I'll be feeling like those be tests from the universe, because once you come over to this side and you get the knowing, bro, you cannot go back. You can't go back saying, "Oh, I'm a believer," or "I'm this," or "I'm that." You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because once you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? You just know. So that's why I say, man, reading the Bible, people gotta really read that shit and really understanding what you signing up for. If you watch the beginning of the DreamWorks, let me go to it real quick. The DreamWorks dude on let me show you something. See this right here? Why is it a boy sitting on the moon fishing? He's fishing for souls. He's fishing for souls. And it's one where he throw he let me see if he throw this. No, they made a new one because it's one where he throw a figure eight and he'll throw the fishing pole and they do like a figure eight. The figure eight is for reincarnation. See what I'm saying? Why is there a boy? There you go right there, the figure eight right there.
If I showed you my poker face, I would be giving
This
you
should be
all my
deep as
cards.
hell. This should be deep. Look at that. See that figure eight? Boom. Fishing for souls. Mm, mm. Y'all can't tell me that shit ain't what that is. You can't tell me that ain't what that is. The motherfuckers is fishing for souls. They letting you know right there. They put this shit everywhere. They be knowing. They too high up in the ranks. They be knowing. All these DreamWorks, Disney, these are billion-dollar corporations, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And it's crazy though to think though, it's only 1%, not even 1% of the population of the world that's in control, man. And it's 99% of us. And all we do is police each other for them constantly, man. We pull against each other all the time.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. They be putting this shit like, bro. They be putting this shit in movies, bro. They put it everywhere. Like You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. DreamWorks working on trying to keep us in a dream state of reincarnation. Now I'll be asking people like, damn, G, you are like even with deja vu, like, how can you remember something that you haven't done, but you felt like you've done it already? Like, but I know I haven't done it. I ain't even did this. Like, what the fuck is this? But shit moving so fast, everything going so fast, it just you be like, damn, that deja vu, and then everything's still going, people talking, laughing, it just bypass you. But what is this shit?
You be
What is
glitching, bro. You be
what
glitching when it happen, and then even when you get goosebumps, you be glitching, man. It's
yeah, but like
almost like a it's
what'd you say?
it's just almost like it's like oh no, it's like a sensor that we have on our body that makes us not remember, man. Because I'll be like, man, I know what's about to happen, and then I know what's gonna happen, and then man, I have goosebumps. I'll be like, and it's a funny feeling. You don't really be there. You be somewhere else, bro. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man. I done seen it, man.
Even like when you be daydreaming, I be thinking like, damn, is they uploading something? Fuck am I sitting here just staring into space for it? Don't like, and then you just, oh shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's what I'm saying. I be thinking all I be thinking about because why would I just go idle like that? And it feels
Right.
good though. It feel like I
It
gotta
do,
keep
man.
staring.
It
Like
do.
I just
It
gotta
do.
keep staring. Like, what the fuck is this about? We don't question none of this shit. We just be like, oh, but that boy, you was daydreaming. You be like, oh shit, yeah, I'm good. You could have just got something downloaded in you to murder somebody, or you don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
just happened.
for real,
You
man.
know what I'm
For
saying?
real,
Like,
bro.
bro, I be thinking, bro. Like, like even with the Matrix, all that shit. Like, this shit is crazy, bro.
You know,
Alien,
I think the only way to reverse that matrix, man, is to go to work a different route every now and then and to change your routine, man. Because I truly think that this stuff is just remedial, man. We keep doing it, man. We keep doing it. And I
let me
think it's
tell you,
just
let me tell you what I think. I think all we gotta do is just stop. Just stop. Everybody say, man, fuck this shit. I ain't going to work. Nigga, I ain't paying no bills. If they got a whole complex, say you live in a whole apartment complex, it's 100 apartments over here, and everybody say, I'm not paying rent. They not kicking everybody out, gang. We just don't do things as a collective because we too scary. They got us too separate. We can't, motherfuckers so separate now. You won't even go next door and ask the people for no sugar. You will go all the way to the store. Like, we don't
yeah,
trust each other no more. They spraying shit in the air. Like, come on, man.
we'll
How is getting
we'll start
his
we'll
job?
start that though. We'll start that. We'll start not to trust nobody though.
It shouldn't
We'll
even be
start
like
not to
that. We
trust.
humans. You another human. I shouldn't be
But that's
afraid of
what
no
we will all
humans. I should
we
be afraid
always
of
thought that.
I should be afraid of alligators, motherfucking elephants, tigers, lions, and bears. I shouldn't be afraid of my fellow human that can speak my language, that can understand crime and good and bad. I like what? Like, come on, man. I shouldn't have a gun for another human. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy,
Man,
bro. It's crazy.
it, it's wild, and it was even wilder back then, and it's wilder now. That's what I'm telling you, man. This computer, this AI thing, man. I mean, because you can see some on. Man, I had a dude come up to me and tell me, man, when Emmitt Smith died. I said, man, Emmitt Smith is not dead. You know how old this dude was? He
Oh,
was over 60, man.
mm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, they
These
don't
kids, these
knowledge.
these kids know that they're, you know what I'm saying? They are built into AI. You know what I'm saying? They know AI. I'm just saying, like, soon that's all gonna be out here. It's AI heads, man. And nothing against the kids, but that's all they are.
Man, all I know is that shit. I make sure I take care of my shit and do what I gotta do because we getting lied to all across the board. They lying to your ass about your. Come on, man. They so dirty. They didn't lie to us about our fucking race. We're not African American. Like, bro, you can't go to Africa right now. You're not gonna like none of the food, bro.
Bruh, I used to always ask people, if you're African American, why can't you go back to Africa?
They
I'm
gonna
an
boot your
American.
ass out.
I'm an American. I never said I was African American. You know what I'm saying? I always said American. And it's that's what I'm saying. It's real crazy, man, how people think. I don't know, man.
It's crazy, bro. It'll just make you think like, damn, like we that it's like we want to be a part of something so bad that Africa looks like us. So we say we African. We just relate to some shit. And then they say we African American. Who told the fuck us we was that? Why the fuck is we just accepting that? Who said we was African American for everybody to say we're African American? Because they put it on job applications?
Yeah.
This shit is fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Well,
You
even
ask
on
any
birth
black
certificate.
American, you ask any black American right now, like, who told you was African American? Like, who started that? Who the fuck started it? It's crazy.
I get people mad when I say they the true slave already got reparations. And they hate it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, man, it's no need to even look for any more reparations because the true slaves already got their reparations. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't giving us shit. We mad with
If your
calling it a
color,
day.
if your color is not getting reparations, then your color was colonizers. They don't like that, see, because I feel like we were already here too. I feel like we were here. We're American. Um,
Damn, this is one. Hey, this dude right here, he be going in. He got some shit. He be dropping some shit. I don't know if I play his shit if I get flagged. Man. He live right now.
face on.
No, this dude right here, his name Morg. Look, Earth isn't just hell. Sophia knew the one thing we missed.
This podcast is now on Spotify, and we're reaching thousands upon thousands. I think we have over 10,000 followers over there. So go give me a follow over there. It helps spread this information on a new platform, and it's completely free to do that. Links to all that is in the description of this video. You can find all that there. But my friends, today we are continuing to explore the idea of Earth as hell. What does that actually mean? It's actually much more complex than it seems on the outset. And the idea of a cyclical reality, what happens at the end of time, and Sophia's fall, her apparent mistake. this all ties together and is connected together. We're going to be exploring this from the Gnostic
See what I'm
perspective, as well
saying?
as the
Folks be
Neo-Genesis
going
perspective,
in.
see how this fits in with modern quantum mechanics and mathematics
Hey,
and
you can't
philosophy.
drop it in the
So
chat.
that's
His
today's topic.
and
You know
he's
the
hey,
drill, though. It
yeah,
takes a while for people
yeah,
to
he
come in.
live. He live right now. I don't know how to. I don't know how to.
what his
Hold
name
on.
is?
His name Morg Official. Hold on, I'm finna drop it in the
I
chat.
got
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He be going in and he be making sense of the shit. He like when you know the books, you know what I'm saying? The shit be busting. I'll be listening to this dude. He ain't no, no weird old gothic dude either. He just look like that.
Button,
Yeah.
or else you will face the flames of hell. It's true. That's how Earth becomes hell, when you don't hit the like button. So hit the like button, and let me get up the chat so I can see everyone here. Let me see. Where's the YouTube chat? Let me bring it up
I
on
ain't
screen.
subscribed. Oh, they
Good to see
tweaking.
everyone today. Philip, another one of our awesome moderators, joining us. I see Chris.
He at
and
the beginning.
Laurel
I'm gonna go to
Witch
just
Whisper and Patrick, and
I'm gonna just go to some real quick just to show you how you get down. 'Cause he just must have just started that live. So he say, I'm gonna do like
But he was
quick.
saying the same thing. He was doing the same live you had.
Yeah, look, the real reason God is trapping souls on earth. Like he be
I would
that's
say it's
what I'm
like
saying.
having
This
another
shit-
producer in the room that knows exactly what your
This
song
shit,
needs.
this
This
shit
is
crazy,
co-producer.
bro.
what happened before God said, "Let there be light"? A book banned from the Bible reveals what happened before creation, before Genesis, and how nothing in this world is what it seems. It exposes that this world is actually a prison and that God is the warden, trapping souls on earth. It uncovers the real reason for the war in heaven, and that Jesus didn't come here to save us from sin, but to expose the greatest secret of all time. And the secret is about your power, a power that's so great that it actually terrified the one that's pretending to be God. On the Origin of the World is an ancient Gnostic text, and it's so controversial that the church buried it for centuries. And no wonder this text claims that the whole Genesis story is basically propaganda, fake news, a cover-up to keep you from discovering the truth about what you really are. What if the biggest conspiracy of all time was the Bible itself? See, this forbidden text is a coded guide to understanding how you can reclaim your divine nature right now. Sound crazy? Well, it gets crazier. Now, I'm going to warn you, this story gets dark, and I mean really dark. We're talking about a God who traps humans and then rigs the game so that you never figure out how to escape. It basically makes you wonder if Saw was inspired by the Old Testament. But here's the good news. It's not all doom and gloom, because in this story is the key to liberation, a way to wake up from the nightmare and reclaim your divinity. On the Origin of the World is a text that was discovered in 1945, buried near the tombs of Egypt, and it dates back to somewhere around the 3rd century CE, and it begins by telling the reader that most people believe nothing existed before chaos and darkness. The text says, "Everybody, gods of the world and mankind, says that nothing existed prior to chaos. I shall demonstrate that they are all mistaken. Welcome to the secret history before Genesis." My name is Morg. I'm an ex-Christian revealing hidden knowledge the church doesn't want you to know. And On the Origin of the World reveals a hidden reality before creation, where all that existed was an eternal realm of pure light. There was no conflict, no darkness, no suffering, just pure divine harmony. And guess what didn't exist yet? The God of the Bible. He wasn't even around. In this account, the real eternal force, the true God, wasn't a person, wasn't some figure in the clouds, but pure light itself, the source, what the Gnostics called the One. Now, things start to take a turn here, because this perfect realm of light didn't just sit there. It began to emanate rays of its divine light. But get this, these rays were actually beings called eons, and each of these eons reflected different aspects of the source. Now, these eons were infinitely more powerful than any angel or any god. In fact, no angel or biblical god even existed yet. The eons worked together in perfect harmony. But the thing is, there's always a shadow waiting to come out. And now, my friends, welcome to the beginning of this cosmic drama. So enter Sophia. Now, her name means wisdom, and Sophia was one of the eons, and she was pretty badass. She was a powerhouse of creation. But unlike the other eons, Sophia was different. she didn't want to play by the rules. And what I mean by that is that in this perfect realm, all the eons created in pairs. They maintained perfect balance. And Sophia, well, she wanted to create something on her own. Well, this is where everything falls apart because she acted in a way that was imbalanced. And so what she created wasn't harmonious like the others. No, this wasn't a shining light or beautiful idea. What she created was shadow, a malformed chaotic force. And this was kind of like a divine glitch in the Matrix, a cosmic mistake that couldn't be undone. But this shadow wasn't just some harmless byproduct. It was a living, breathing force of chaos. It was an anomaly, a being of darkness that couldn't harmonize with the eternal realms of light. Now, for the first time, reality wasn't unified. This shadow introduced conflict, division, imbalance, and a chain reaction that would ripple through everything. But here's the worst part. This shadow, it didn't just sit there, it wanted power. So from this shadow would come the self-proclaimed god of the material world, a being that was so arrogant, so envious, and so blinded by its own arrogance that it would dare to declare itself the one true God. And this is where things really take a turn here, because Sophia, the divine being of wisdom, she acts without permission, creates a shadow, and then from that shadow, a being known as Yaldabaoth is born. Now, the Gnostics describe Yaldabaoth as having the body of a dragon, the head of a lion, with eyes that flashed like lightning bolts. Now, Yaldabaoth isn't totally aware of the realms of light, but he can sense that there's something out there greater than him, and so he gets jealous. He looks around at the void and sees nothing but himself, and so declares, "I am God and there is no other." Now, if this sounds familiar, it should, because that's what God says in the Bible all the time. A lot. Sounds to me like someone needs a therapy session. Now, this is where the Gnostics would say that Yaldabaoth goes horribly wrong. Declaring himself the one true God, that was a big mistake. In the Gnostic view, this isn't an act of power, it's sin. Because according to them, we're all divine. We'll get to that in a moment. But every one of us is a fragment of the eternal light. So for one being to say, "I'm the only God, worship me," is essentially the worst sin possible because it denies the divinity of everything else. On The Origin of the World says, "And when he said this, he sinned against all the immortal beings." In other words, congratulations, you're the first one to commit blasphemy.
What if you can create your own website by saying, "This is what I want"? With Wix, you can.
But
Me.
you see,
So-
you see how he put it in context. It's only 5 minutes in, and this shit good. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
So
bro,
it's like,
but raw to God came from a plant, bro. Huh?
yeah, he talking about, yeah, but see, he talking about, he's
I mean,
talking
but that
about,
was the light. That was the light. That wasn't the light that was shine and was sitting on that plant that grew to God. That thought he was better than God. I mean, because
yeah. That's probably just another version of this story, but this is the Apocrypha of John, and he telling you how he was created. And that's
right,
why he was bringing up Sophia. It's because Sophia was the goddess of wisdom. She created without permission on her own, which she didn't know that if she created on her own, that this would happen. So that's why he was kicked to the void, which is the dark place, which is here, which is earth. That's why it gets day and night here. We need that light. Without it, it'd be dark as hell, cold, frozen.
can I ask you something? Let me ask you this: were there any child being buried back then?
Was there any what?
Any children being buried? Were there like everything was just being created?
Everything was being created. They never spoke of any children, but there is humans in the true and living, let's just say the heavens, where I forgot what they called, start with an A.
Because Mary didn't really give birth. I mean, she gave birth, but was that I mean, they were given it was births way before then, before Christ. Now,
Uh,
now, what you're talking about is the creation, right?
yeah, I was talking about the humans. Like the humans gotta they got another name. It start with a A. I forgot. It's like the anthropos or something like that. But that's like the perfect being. That's the perfect human. So that's basically what when the whole story about the when they said, oh, God created the human, then all the angels was mad or was jealous or whatever, is because the light was within him and he got up and he started moving, and you know what I'm saying, he was shining within. They understood what
I
was going
always,
on.
I always
What they
thought that was rather. I always thought that was rather God, and I always say that in your comments all the time because I always thought he was the perfect human. He was a God, and I thought he the one that got domain over this earth.
I don't know. I don't know. Let me finish this out.
So, what does Yaldabaoth do with his newfound delusion of grandeur? Well, he decides to create, and he takes the formless chaos around him, matter without spirit, and shapes it into heaven and earth. But this isn't some grand, benevolent act of creation like how it's described in the Bible. This is a being trying to make a throne for itself. Now, Yaldabaoth doesn't stop at creating heaven. He decides to make some offspring because every self-proclaimed god needs minions and henchmen, right? And so get this, he names them, it's kind of weird, by the sounds they make as they're born. So when one of them goes E, Yaldabaoth decides, great, your name is Iao. And his second son says and he gets named Eloi. And the third, he makes a sound like ass. Hey, I didn't write this. So naturally, he's called Astapheos. I mean, you really can't make this up. Now, there was another son whose name was Sabaoth, and he's extremely important, so we'll get back to him in a minute. But altogether, these beings of darkness form what are known as the 7 archons, and they're not exactly the Justice League. Archon literally means ruler, and they're described as androgynous, embodying both masculine and feminine traits. Now, this is a theme that you're going to see a lot in Gnosticism, the unification of opposites. But don't let that fool you into thinking that these are some balanced, enlightened beings. No, these are the architects, the rulers of chaos. So, while these beings are inherently chaotic and destructive, they're also modeled after the divine pattern from the higher realms. It's kind of like someone took a perfect blueprint and made a distorted, glitchy version. They're powerful, sure, but they're not divine. See, On the Origin of the World flips everything on its head. Heaven and earth aren't divine creations, but malformed prisons made by a delusional being. And the angels, not divine beings, but archons, rulers of chaos. Even Yaldabaoth, this supposed god, is revealed to be blind, arrogant, and totally unaware of the higher realms of light. It's no wonder the church didn't want this narrative floating around. See, the Gnostics weren't just spinning wild tales for the sake of it. These stories are metaphors for the human condition and for the struggles that we face in understanding who we really are. So as we peel back the layers of this story, you're going to see how it's actually transmitting a deep secret about your true self. What is that secret? We'll get to that. But first, what if the real war in heaven wasn't about Lucifer rebelling against God out of pride, but something else entirely? Let's talk about Sabaoth. Now, he's interesting. This is Yaldabaoth's son. So Yaldabaoth, the god of the Bible, just got done creating the heavens and the earth and the angels, or archons, and there's Sabaoth just hanging out in Yaldabaoth's do-it-yourself chaos-fueled universe, but he hears something that changes everything. See, Yaldabaoth is there in the middle of this creation, and he's getting a kick out of all the angels worshiping him. And so what does he do? Well, the usual. He tells him that he's the only God. The text says, and he was honored by all the army of angels. He was delighted and continually boasted, saying to them, "It is I who am God, and there is no other." But guess what happened? His mommy heard him, and she was pissed. The text says, when Sophia saw the impiety of the chief ruler, she was filled with anger. She was invisible. She said, "You are mistaken, Samael," that is, blind God. So being called Samael is like being called by your full name when your mom's pissed. She was calling him blind and ignorant. But guess who heard her? Sabaoth. So Sophia is basically like, hey kid, your dad's a fraud, and Sabaoth actually gets it. He sees through all the lies and the chaos. And it's kind of like when someone finally realizes that they're in a pyramid scheme or some weird cult. Sabaoth actually praises Sophia. And so in response, Sophia gives him some of the power of the realms of light. How cool is this story? He suddenly becomes illuminated. And the text says that because of this new power, he's now called the Lord of Armies. Now, this is pretty much an act of cosmic mutiny, and this starts a great war in Yaldabaoth's heavens. Now, you'll notice that sounds a lot like the revolt of Lucifer, but unlike the Christian version here, the Lucifer figure is the hero, and God is the villain. See, Sabaoth isn't some prideful, power-hungry bad guy trying to overthrow God. He's more like the rebellious kid who finally realizes, hold on a second, my dad's actually an abusive control freak who lies to everyone. I don't need to stick around for this bullshit. Now, here's where things take an unexpectedly romantic turn. So Sophia doesn't just give Sabaoth divine light and call it a day. She also introduces him to her daughter, Zoe, whose name literally means life. And let's just say Sabaoth falls hard.
I'm gonna end it right there, but y'all go finish watching that. Check that shit out. I'm telling you, that
I'm gonna
nigga
check him
deep.
out. I'm gonna check him out.
Telling you, bro.
I'm gonna check him out for sure. I
Check
like
it.
that, man. I like how he do it, man. He real fluid.
He
Man,
gets
he's
straight
fluid.
to it. He breaking that shit
Yeah.
down. Well, I'm finna
He
go
ain't
watch.
got no time to
I'm finna
waste.
go watch him. He live right now. I'm finna go watch him live.
No
And see
doubt.
what he talking about. But shit, I appreciate you coming up, man. I'm finna go and get up out of here.
No doubt, man.
Call it a night.
Be up, baby.
All right, for sure, bro. All right, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for coming out, man. We up in this thing, but we up out of here. We had a good talk. Man, y'all go check bruh out. Read that Bible, man, so y'all can learn, so y'all can expand y'all mind to, more knowledge and, read more books and things of that nature. It's a lot of knowledge out there. And it's a lot to learn, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Until next time, peace. I'm up out of here.